Okay, we're live. Okay. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good evening.
Good evening, Indiana. Good evening or good afternoon, California. We'll just hang out here for a little bit and wait till somebody comes on. Oh, we have a viewer. We have one viewer. Okay. So, Miss Ellie, what are we going to talk about today? What have we been working on the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, we were working for our pass, our papers to go back Negros. So we're done everything. We have the quarantine certificate, we have the health certificate, and the certificate of no COVID, zero COVID area where we are staying at. This town is zero COVID, so we got the certificate that, and I passed that through mail to Negros. So they sent us the copy of clearance certificate, the acceptance clearance from our local RHU. So we've signed it, we sent it back, and then today we're hoping to get it back again and then print it again, and we make a letter for the mayor, signed handwritten letter.
But let's yeah, it's been a lot. So let's take you back. It's been a very interesting process. It got to the point where Ellie had to make a phone call to a local radio station.
Yeah,
and
to
be heard, because what they were requiring for us to be able to leave was a swab test and then a quick test. So there was actually RTT, 2 tests to prove that we didn't have COVID, but we come from a COVID area, so obviously we didn't have COVID. So Ellie kind of, and I had a problem with it because we're in a no COVID area and we've already been locked down for 4 weeks at this time, at least 4 weeks under quarantine. So she got on the local radio station because they came out with the new regulations that if you wanted to leave Cebu and get back to your home island of Negros Oriental, you had to, we'll let you come, but these are the hoops you got to jump through. So the first one was you got to have a quarantine pass. Then a certificate. Well, we had to get the quarantine pass from the barangay captain before we could get the quarantine certificate stating that we did do our 14-day quarantine and that we passed it. Well, that kind of created some issues because the health department didn't come down here and take our temperatures every day, but they wavered on that a little bit, and so it was the barangay quarantine pass to get the quarantine certificate. Then we had to go back to the barangay. Then we got a quarantine pass so we could start traveling around here. And then after that, it was you had to get a health certificate. So Ellie and I both had to get a chest X-ray, pee in a cup, and our blood taking. So we would pass our health certificate so we have the right to be able to travel.
Yeah,
fit to travel to Negros. And then after that, you have to get a letter from the mayor of here in Oslob stating that yes, this
area is zero COVID.
this area is zero COVID, and we to prove to the mayor of
Yes.
Tayazon where we have to go, and I'll get to that later. So they got to be on that page. They got to be on that page, and then actually the letter had to go to the governor. Didn't it something go to the governor
No,
of Negros?
no. I've just sent it to the head municipal doctor in our place in Tayasan. So she get a copy, and then after that, I think we had a meeting again, and then so that she sent us the uh, blank certificate of clearance certificate, and then we print it. It's a pain in the ass. we, we we print it, and then we signed, both of us, and then after that we sent it again, but it was a
wasn't
bad.
clear, so we had to redo that, and it was like taking pictures with our phones, and then each generation of each picture, it could have been done easier with an electronic digital signature through using a PDF file or something like that, but it's okay. Nonetheless, we got all that work done. So now we're at the point where we had to. So we have what it was like a total of 4 certificates have been completed.
Yes, or written.
Or what?
Written.
Or written. Then yesterday we were informed that we have to write a written thing that we will abide by, because here it comes, guys. For us to leave, and we have to leave to get to Negros, we have to go through another 14-day quarantine. So I have to go through another 14-day quarantine in Tayazan
before we go home.
But once we get there, that allows me the free travel to get to the airport in Dumaguete. But that's just the rules out here, and that's how it works. So, and they're not messing around, but the Philippines actually has controlled the COVID pretty well, obviously, because Siquijor, there's no cases. Just right across from us, you can see the island. I posted a video earlier of Siquijor with Craig. He did it. It's a nice video. If you haven't watched it, watch it. And what are the other places that don't have COVID out here?
I think Bohol.
Bohol,
but I think they have one now, but it's from the overseas Philippine worker camp. Like just recently, then he is or she is positive, I think, but it's not really from CPR. She is like that OFW is traveling from abroad, so that's their first COVID patient. No.
So that's kind of where we're at. So now we're waiting for the everything pretty much is going to be authorized today for us to travel and get closer to home, and then we might be able to make some things change once we get to the Tayazan, because I mean it's ridiculous for us to go through another 14-day quarantine. It's absolutely ridiculous, but they're not messing around out here, and that's what they want. But Ellie knows people, and then maybe they'll make some concessions. Because if I have to stay the full quarantine there, I can't leave. So which means I'm going to have to reschedule my flight yet again. So that's the big news, and it's taken us 3 weeks to do all this. Wouldn't you say? Because it wasn't till 3 weeks ago that they lifted the ECQ. They changed it in Negros, which allowed us to open up. But then they put all these unrealistic expectations that you had to get, the COVID swab tests and all that stuff. And then that's why Ellie called the local radio station to complain in a a productive manner to the radio host, and they had a nice conversation about that. And then lo and behold, and also you wrote a letter to the governor
Yeah, I did. I even
of
sent
Negros.
an email to one of the senator also.
Yes, to
It,
the
I
senator.
was
This girl was working really, really hard
I was
in our
sending it
behalf.
also to him, and then yeah, it's like you need to ask like help instead of complaining, like what is not really should be like done in the executive order. But instead of complaining, I asked help. If maybe they can make it or change it into much easier for us for the areas without COVID. So
They
I
rewrote it.
yeah, we did it, and then that's why we have our we've started getting our papers already. By the time I read the
Yeah, we're way ahead of the game on everybody else because now everybody on the internet, on Facebook, where Ellie was posting this, is now all contacting Ellie for the way to how to do all this. So she's actually helped out quite a few people in this
yeah.
process because it's not just foreigners that are having an issue. It's their own citizens of the Philippines having issues getting back. So um, so I believe Ellie started the ball
Yeah, because
solely.
it's like sometimes you get all the papers, but I think their own municipality where we are from is really not informed the new executive order, so they're like uh giving them a hard time. Also, like one I text this morning. Actually, she is sending me a message last night, but I just read it this morning that it's like her hometown from Negros is not really accepting them, even there's a new executive order for those people who are stranded in the area without COVID. But still, we asked for the swab test. But I said no, send it to your local government there in Negros. This new executive order. So
Yeah,
I'm
because
just
she doesn't need the swab test. She doesn't need the two tests, and they're still wanting to make her take that. Well, that's not what the executive order says. So it's like they're stacking the deck to to keep her out, kind per se,
yeah.
and that's not right. So Ellie told her, well, call the radio station.
Yeah, it was like so because if she's going to call the radio station, that radio anchorman will call those people where she is at now, why they are implementing this thing on the area where the governor is
Already stated.
yeah have imposed another new executive order for this area without COVID.
Yeah.
So
So
she will, I think these local employees will answer about your concern. They're really not going to give her a clearance of acceptance. So if you can really get that in a good way, then push it into a much good ways.
yeah, just let the radio station do the talking, and they'll get to it. And the good thing about that is it puts a positive pressure point on the situation, and where you're getting people advocating for you, and that's what started this whole process. Or else we'd have issues.
Yeah, because sometimes there are there are people also like they're not trying to get the papers yet, but still complaining that it's a lot. I said, no, it's not really a lot because you are just going at two places, like from from the barangay going to the RHU, and then if that RHU or maybe go to the hospital to get your test. That's it, and then you're done. And then the next step is to contact your local municipality where you are from in Negros. That's the process. Yeah, it's really not really hard, but it takes time to wait, especially if the doctor is out or
which happened,
going somewhere.
or
So
the
that,
mayor goes somewhere out of
yeah,
town,
that will
or the who was it, the barangay captain's gone, can't
slows
sign the
down.
paperwork,
But the good,
which has all happened.
yeah, like yesterday, we should have a sign from my barangay captain in my place, but he was not there. He was traveling in Dumaguete, so it needs another day. So
And
hopefully
then the
today,
weekend came because
yeah, the
Friday,
weekend came, so
so
there's no
nothing's
office.
going to happen Saturday or Sunday. So we lost 2 days there, and the money situation is low, so we can't be staying here much longer. The good thing about going to the quarantine is it's all free
Yeah.
for the Filipinos. Now I don't know what's going to happen to me. That still hasn't been.
No, because I think it's all free because you can't go out. You're not allowed to go out in the facility.
Yeah, you can't travel, so apparently they're going to feed us. So I might be eating a lot of dried fish and
Yeah.
rice. No.
Rice, maybe vegetables.
Rice and vegetables.
Yeah.
Who knows? But yeah, so that's good news, guys. It just, like I said, this all of this has been out of my hands. There's not a darn thing I could have done differently that would have changed any of this. Do you think there's anything we could have done that could have changed any of this?
No, you have to follow the rules.
You have to follow the rules.
Yeah,
So
there are foreigners who've been in jail the past days at the other side of Cebu with the Filipina also.
in jail?
Yep, they were in jail. Like I told you, the I think he is from Spain. Yeah, Spanish man.
Oh,
Yeah, they were traveling like at the back of this area in Dumanhog or Malboal. Yeah, I think they're trying to go somewhere, but they can't. So they come up to the point that they're faking a papers that they're pretending to be this persons, but they don't know that all the checkpoints have contacts of the persons who are uh, allowed to come and go the area. So they came up like, oh,
you're not on this.
yes. So they are they went to the jail and think they bail money so they can get out, but they're still in quarantine for 14 days, and then after that, of course, they will still have a case.
Yeah, they'll still
For
have to go to court for breaking the law. Well, they were falsifying government documents.
yes.
So the guy from Spain probably will most likely be kicked out of the Philippines, most likely for doing that.
yes,
I would say, and he will be banned permanently, probably from ever coming back.
yeah, that's the problem. So it's not really good to make movement that's against the government now. So better stay, wait, and be patient. Excuse me, be patient.
Which is what we've done.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's really make you peace, but you can't really do anything. So
No, once we got our quarantine pass from the barangay captain, though, it has been better. When we were here for the first month, we couldn't leave.
yeah,
And so everybody had to get our groceries for us and this and that. So now we can go out now whenever we want because we have our quarantine pass, because we passed our quarantine. We can go buy our vegetables and rice and things that we need, um, our provisions. But and we could probably go further. I mean, people are starting to rent motorbikes
yeah,
and riding around. And the people here that we lost one of the Francais people. They went to a different hotel. That's a long story. Um, Maybe that'll be something I'll talk about later. But it has no relevance on what Ellie and I are going through. So I'll probably just leave it at that. So we're just down to Baptiste and Carla and Craig now, and all of them have all their paperwork. Well, Craig has everything we have now. We helped Craig, or shall I say, Ellie helped Craig get his paperwork, and he actually pretty much got everything almost as quick as we did because of the delays. So now Craig's got all his necessary paperwork if he wants to travel. In fact, he can even go to Negros, I think, if he wants to. Well, he's still got to contact the.
Yeah, but I think.
But he's not going there. No, Craig's probably going to hang out here for another month or two at this place, and they may open things up more, but they pushed everything back to the 31st in Cebu now.
Yeah, in Cebu City, Mandawi, and Lapu-Lapu City, they are extending their ECQ until the 31st of May. But Cebu province will do the GCQ on the 21st by Wednesday, I think, starting 12 midnight. So we are down to GCQ here. So we can travel. Actually, some of these foreigners or these stranded foreigners also, they can go like Malboal if they want to go. Yeah, they can travel now, go other places. But I think I just don't know if
that's for now, but that could change.
Yeah, but I just don't know if the resort there are open because it's like they have an order also from the government here in Cebu that they're not allowing to
no more tourists.
Accept tourists.
And there's no international flights really coming in, and there's very, very, very few leaving. In fact, it's my flight out of here is probably still up in the air for June 1st, which most likely I'm going to have to change that because of the other quarantine I got to go through. We'll see what happens. At this point, I'll know more once we're in our new quarantine. I wish we could just do the quarantine up there at Ellie's. We're going to probably try to work on that to make that happen because it doesn't seem really fair that we should. I mean, I don't think there's, as long as we stay away from everybody on the trip, 40-minute trip across on the boat? 30-minute. Yeah, it's just quick hop, skip, and a jump across the.
Across Negros. It's very near.
Yeah, very close.
Yeah, and then when we arrive Negros, we can't ride any of the buses.
So somebody from Tayazasan is going to come and pick us up. So we're going to have a custom ride, hopefully air conditioned, because it's been hot.
Yeah, I think it's a
shuttle, kind of like what we're in now.
The shuttle from Tayasan, and then after that, I think we are going directly to the quarantine facility there, and then have our checked up if we don't have signs of COVID. So you have to stop your thing now, so you are not coughing. He is very hard-headed. So that's it. And hopefully today we can get our paperwork done so we can contact somebody for our scheduled trip going back to Negros. And then we can also tell the barangay here to send us on the port or
take us to the port. Hopefully we'll be able to just, with our paperwork, jump on one of the barges or the things that take the trucks over there have seating for passengers already, don't they? So yeah, we show the paperwork, and because there's trucks going back and forth from Negros because those are essential goods and services to. I mean, they got to bring food. They have to bring things. So there's still a lot of commerce, transportation, infrastructural commerce, transportation going on. So we should be able to just find us a nice little spot away from everybody, and we have Clorox wipes, so we'll wipe down wherever we're at with bleach and make sure we, or maybe just stand the whole trip away from everybody,
Yeah,
you
wear
know,
mask.
and wear our masks and which really don't do no good. Um, but it looks the part. You're doing the part. Um, so hopefully we'll be able to just jump on one of those and we'll have all of our paperwork. There's absolutely no reason why they should stop us. None.
Yeah.
So, and I think they have a health person down there at the port too. I think
Yes,
that
yes. I think
takes temperatures of
temperature.
drivers and
Before we take a ride the boat. So I think that's like standard procedure of them to get the temperature of every passenger is coming. So yes, so hopefully by this week we will be in Negros.
I'm hoping by the next day or two we're out of here because every day you got to add 14 days to that day. So I was hoping we would have had this done last week, but it was things that just happened out of our control, and that we would have been out of quarantine before the 31st or the 30th. But that's not going to happen, folks. So hopefully, when we get there, we can see what happens. I can reschedule my flight, and hopefully that won't be an issue. If it becomes an issue, then it's an issue. There's nothing I can do about it. So we'll just try to, do what's best. I mean, the big concern was, we have to get Ellie home. She's been gone since March 15th from the kids.
2 months.
2 months, yeah. Today's the 18th, I believe. Yeah, so I've been here 2 months now.
No, it's the 19th now.
Oh, well, yeah, it's the 19th. So yesterday was the 2 months. And it's the first month wasn't too bad, guys, here, but after a month, you kind of run out of things to do. Ellie's become a big fan of Stargate, SG1. So we watch, or I think we're on season 2 now.
3.
Oh, season 3 of SG1.
Yeah, because it's like a very boring.
Very boring.
Very boring.
There's nothing to do.
And I can't go down to the water because I have.
Her knee's been bothering her, and the steps are very well. If you've watched any of the videos, you know what she's talking about.
And it's all like 240 plus steps down and up. So if you have a problem with your knees, you can't really go there. Or else the next morning I'll have a hard time to walk again. So I don't like that.
Yeah, in fact, I haven't even been down to the water for a week. Have I?
Last week I think you did.
Yeah, but that's been a week. Well, yeah, I think I went one day.
Yeah.
We swam a mile up north to this big, rich place, and there was a foreigner out there that we tried to say hi to, and he just turned his back on us and is like really a pretentious snob. Didn't even want to acknowledge that, hey, there's another white foreigner out here. He just jerk, total jerk. So you'll run across that. There's foreigners out here that they don't want to talk to other foreigners. It's like they got something wild hair up there. You know what? I don't know. They just, and then you come across others that want to interact and talk. Hey, where are you from? Like I met a guy from Alabama here in Oslo. And he's got a house up in the mountains. Real nice guy. Real nice guy.
The 2 other guys also, like the old one.
Oh yeah, there was the older guy that we met at the health clinic.
Yeah.
He's a real nice guy. He lives here permanently. And he's got I think a wife or a partner, girlfriend or something.
That one guy also with a big ring here.
Yeah. Did we talk to him?
Yep.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Yeah. There are
some will talk, some won't. I don't know. Maybe it's a 50-50.
Yeah, and then yesterday we met a French girl who is pregnant, and she is really like talking with me for like a week already because she saw me posting something on the like a government page in Facebook. So she was like interacting with me, and then she's very nice, and she is with the Filipino boyfriend. Yeah, she visited me yesterday.
Very nice lady.
Yeah.
Very nice. Spoke pretty good English too. Heavy accent, but you can understand her. But she I would say she's fluent in English.
Yes.
A lot better than any of the other French people that we know out here. She speaks really good, so that's kind of nice, and it makes it easier to interact with them. So, what else is new? Not much, guys. So that's the state of affairs. Hey, somebody just chimed in. We have two viewers. Who's here? Say hello. Hello. Oh, we lost them already. it's it's a really exciting channel I have. I haven't done a whole lot of updates or a lot of posting. I'm not trying to get 1,000 viewers or anything like that. This YouTube channel was predominantly put together so friends and family back home could find out what's going on. And a lot of the reasons why I haven't posted anything is because not a whole lot's been going on, guys. It's the same thing every day. So that would probably get boring.
Yeah, maybe I'm going because I know there are lots of people who are still like don't have any idea of having the process of getting back to Negros. I think I have to make a little
Write up a sheet or something.
no, I think I need to make a small like just a pretty good uh, video for those or steps that they can watch on how to do because it's like there are people, yeah, they know the process, but they don't know where to get those things, they don't know where they are going to uh go. So it's like because it's if you want to have your health and quarantine certificate, of course it's like it's that you're going to go the local rural health unit or to the doctors of the municipality, but there are people really don't know how to do it. Like they're asking many times where I can go or what steps I should do it first. So maybe I'll do that. So it helps, I think.
Yeah, especially for the foreigners, I think it'll really help because if you're a foreigner here out in the Philippines, I couldn't imagine trying to do what Ellie did.
No, because the
I'd have been lost.
no,
I'd be just like, you know what? Just let me sleep on. I'm stuck.
yeah,
You
there's one
know?
also Filipino with a foreigner from Texas also, and then she's
Yeah,
like,
from Texas.
I think she is really not into reading news every day or go into the news about what's happening or what's the news about the new things being released in Negros. But I am very updated because every day I had to watch it from Cebu to Negros. So that's a two-page or in Facebook that I am really focusing. But this woman I know, but she is always texting me to let her update what is going on with us because she's going to she wants to go Negros. So it's like it's not really good. It's like you have also you need to go back to Negros. I think what I did she also need to do, not
Yeah,
to like
she wants somebody to do it for her.
yeah.
I don't know. Maybe you should start charging people 1,000 pesos.
No, because it's not for me. I know it's not easy, but when now that I have done it already, it's like it's not easy at all to talk people.
No, it's not. You got to jump through a lot of hoops, guys. This has been a long process to even get this far. Yeah, it's taken everything, but everything in 3 weeks,
Yeah.
almost a month to get this all figured out because things are constantly changing out here.
Yeah, because no, because it's like if you're just going to like text people, sometimes these people are not going to, maybe they are busy also, so they're not going to give you back the update. So what I did is like to call them directly and then ask them what's really the steps or what's really the process to do, because I know these people are busy also catering people's like problems about the like questions of how to process papers. So I did it like go directly to them and then spoke to them my concern and then what will be other ways to do it. So yeah, it's done. So we're waiting for the last. I think last or this. There's more.
Today we should have an answer. Hopefully we'll have our travel itinerary today. Hopefully we're taking off tomorrow. We're packed. We're pretty much ready to go. Um, uh, we had to move. We had some heavy rains the other day, and our treehouse started leaking all over the bed, the down by the feet and the head side. So they moved us into a place that's not going to leak. Little drawback about it is there's not as much airflow, so it's hot. But we do have a fan. They definitely gave us a very nice fan. So, but we're not running the air conditioner because that costs extra, and we're on a very very thin budget. Um, so yeah, so no air conditioning pretty much this whole trip. But it actually hasn't been too bad in the evenings. So I don't know. Is there anything else we need to update anybody on?
We will update again when we were on the.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys
that our schedule.
I'll post a video of our travel going through the port and all that. That'll be a fun video. You guys will probably like that. And I'll try to be more of a vlogger. I'm not really a vlogger, guys. It's really hard to vlog with a cell phone. It makes it hard because I don't have one of those sticks that you hold out where you can talk, or you gotta hold it out, and it's frustrating to do it. But so yeah, so to all my family and friends, thank you for those who helped us out last month. It helped. Love my family, love my kids. Shout out to James and Melinda in Texas. James has a place out in, where is it? Iloilo, and he was getting out of Dodge when I was coming in. So James has a very beautiful Texas farm, and he raises I believe it's Black Angus. He's been baling hay, and Mel's been doing her garden, and they have a wonderful house project going on out here that's absolutely beautiful. And so they had to cut they were going to do a lot of construction. They got quite a bit done, but they had to get out, and I understand why James had to leave. He's got cattle to take care of, a farm to take care of. So he's doing his work. So Mom, Janine, Mike, Jamie, Mike, Jill, my whole family, D, Rick, evening, and I'll get back to you. Just I'll try to get some more stuff up here. If it's relevant, it'll be posted, or I'll do a live video. So y'all take care. Love you guys. Bye.